What is a love story sadder than Romeo and Juliet? I was 18 when we started dating. It was the best 4 years of my life. I truly thought he was my soulmate, the one I'll grow old with, the one who will be with me no matter what. But Atlas, it wasn't. This happened a year ago, and I've just found out. Every Saturday he would take me out for dinner. This Saturday was no exception. He took me out to my favorite restaurant. We had fun like our normal dates. But no, this was different. His face was kind of rather sad, but happy because we were having a good time. But nearing towards the end of our dinner, he had tears in his eyes but had a warm smile. I was quite quiet that time. Before he broke down saying, he doesn't want to be with me anymore. I was so confused. We had a good time, we were about to move into a home together, there was nothing wrong. I just didn't understand. Until he told me, he cheated on me. It broke my heart. This was ironic, because at the start of our relationship, he had very strong feelings against cheating. Of course, I broke up with him on the spot and left. Crying. Something in me did not believe when he said that, but I chucked it up to wanting to forgive him. I ignored him whenever I bumped into him and just moved on. However, just a few hours ago, his mother, who I met, came by. We had a great bond, so it didn't really bother me that my ex's mom was around. I looked up to her as my mother figure because mine left me and my father. She came by, her eyes filled with tears, and gave me an envelope and just left. I opened the envelope. It was a heartfelt message for my ex. I won't really write everything, but the gist of it was, he had lung cancer. And he only broke up with me because he didn't want to see me heartbroken over him. He said that he had only estimated time of 2 months left. And if I wanted to see him, I could, but if I didn't, he did not blame me. This brought me to tears. I feel a mix of sadness and hurt by why he had lied to me. This is far worse than cheating in my opinion. I want to see him, but I don't want to at the same time. I love him, but what he did to me is unforgivable. I don't know what to do at this point. If I go there, a part of me wants to be with him during his last moments, another part wants to go and scream at him at the top of my lungs about how much hurt he has caused. I'm at a loss, I don't know what to do. What is a love story sadder than Romeo and Juliet? I had some thought to it, slept on it, and just decided to see him after my work. I went to go see him. He looked very pale and thin, and one of his symptoms is jaundice, so he was sort of yellow. A pale yellow. Seeing him so weak just shattered my heart even more. We talked about life first. Before I addressed the elephant in the room, I brought up his inconsistencies. The cheating story. Then his mother showing up at my door with his note. So, he apparently wanted to just leave me with a note, but his mother advised him otherwise. His mother does know me well. If I had been left with just a note, I would surely come back to bug him. The note was what he wrote and was planning to give to me via my best friend. He said when he was going to give it, he lost the letter. Since he knew mom was against it, he blamed her, causing a strain on their relationship. She pushed him to meet me and tell me he had cancer, not of that cheating story. So her took me out, and didn't want me to leave heartbroken, and gave me that cheating story. Like as if I wouldn't be if he cheated. It hurt more because it was like everyone knew except for me. I was kept in the dark for almost 1 year. Not even my best friend said a thing. That hurt the most. And his mother was the one who decided to give me the note, I guess to fix the strain on their relationship? And the one who wrote the "if you want to see me you can, if not, I won't blame you" part. I assumed this because she was the one who gave me the note. He was under the impression that I had magically found out through my best friend. I made a promise to just spend his last few weeks with what he wanted to do. As for my best friend and his mother, I feel betrayed more from my best friend. At least his mother didn't keep me in the dark for long. My best friend decided she won't tell me. She was the one who comforted me when I told her about his cheating during that time. She told me he was an A and not go back to him. I was thinking about going back and getting details about his cheating, told me that real men don't cheat, and told me the perks of dating females. She's lesbian. At this point, I don't know how to deal with this supposed best friend. I think the best is to cut her off. Here's some background info, for those who asked. I'm too lazy to retype this to the people who asked. His cancer was diagnosed early on. His father died of the same cancer. Doctors suspected that it was genetic, and so he got tested, but he made a decision not to get treatment as to not put his family in financial position where they can almost go homeless. He was diagnosed at early stage 3. So he could have been saved but decided against it. He is at the hospital, not the hospice. The nurses there are shifting from cancer treatments to palliative care to make sure he's more comfortable. This has really changed my view on nurses. It's his decision, I cannot change. When he passes, I would still want to remain in contact with his family for like a support for them. I will not be cutting them off. In my opinion, cheating has the same equivalent to lying to your partner about your health. Maybe cheating slightly worse. For this crazy BH, I'm going to cut her off. I just want to bury the hatchet and just move on with my life. I feel guilty for not feeling sad for my boyfriend, but that talk was really an eye-opener. It kind of took away all the guilt I had for leaving him at the restaurant that night. I feel more relaxed that he'll spend the rest of his life with me and his family. And no, I do not live in America. I shall not specify my location. Healthcare here is oakish, the cancer treatments are especially expensive.